The Banking Bros are back here at the Cash Compound, J.Do. and Jonah, and we're going to talk a little bit today about death benefit and the design of policies we keep always talking about.
Yeah, we're going to jump into it, answer some of our frequently asked questions, talk to you about how it works, so that way hopefully you can get the information and make a more educated decision, and it's going to be fun. Join us for our episode.
What's up, everybody? J.Do. and Jonah here. We are talking about design, death benefit, and frequently asked questions that we get all the time. Jonah, when you're talking about infinite banking and the infinite banking concept, all the time out there, this guy and that guy and this girl and that girl might be talking about different things, but everybody seems to say something about the design of the policy.
That's exactly right. And sometimes even when we're talking to new people who want to get started, people who are intrigued, people who saw us on the internet, we're doing a lot these days on the internet, on our social media platforms. So you might have seen us on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, something like that. But a lot of times we're getting calls and questions about people asking, okay, well, if I want one of these policies, like you guys keep saying it needs to be designed, how do I design it?
Right. So the first thing is we need you to understand you don't have to design your own insurance policies. It's not actually you that are doing it. We want to educate you first off. So we're not saying that you have to work directly with us today. We want you to have the information. And if you have the right knowledge, you'll make the right decisions.
Right. We are absolutely not saying to you that you should go out and study for a week or 2 weeks and take the insurance exam. You should pass that insurance exam. You should buy the license. Once you buy the license, you should learn from an educated person who knows what they're doing on how to design the policies. You should get appointed to those companies. You should make sure you vet those companies so you can design that policy appropriately with that company. We're not saying any of that.
No. And
Don't do it.
So first
it's not
off,
worth it to you.
We'll step up even 10,000 feet above that.
Right.
First off, yeah, that's not your job. See, you've got insurance right now. You've got car insurance.
Yep.
You've got phone and fire and house and rental insurance currently.
People don't really call it fire insurance anymore. It's just called house insurance.
Oh, really?
But technically it's fire insurance.
Oh, who knew?
Yeah, the technical term for it is fire insurance.
Oh, so this is my point.
But they just call it home insurance.
Okay, this is my point around that. Is, see, folks, you don't design those policies either. You work with someone who does. Like, you don't have to do it. I have phone insurance. I have read less than half a page of it. I read the part that said sign here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've got... Oh, no, I do.
Yes.
Because I've got an Apple phone that I have Apple
Yes.
Care.
And so this is my point. When you have car insurance, when you have phone insurance, you don't normally, as the consumer, ever actually read it or pay attention.
Right.
You trust the person who helped you get it done, who handed you the paper and said, hey, sign here. You're good to go. E-cig or... Not e-cig, e-signature. Yeah. Okay. And so it's not like, let's go ahead and just e-cig this up right here. Let's vape this through. So
right.
It's not your job to do all that.
Yes. Yeah. What we're saying is when you want to get started and we talk about you need a properly designed policy, we're talking about you need to work with a person who knows what they're doing. Not that you need to go and figure out how to design it and figure out how to vet companies and figure out what you're... No. You need to work with a person who knows how to do it. So here's the analogy that I use all the time, and it helps everybody when they ask me this question. So I'll say it to you, all right? We'll go back and forth. So you've got car insurance, yes?
I do.
All right, I've got car insurance too.
Cool.
Does that mean we have the same car insurance?
I don't think so. No. I guess not.
So get this. I could have full coverage.
Okay.
You might have liability.
Right.
I could have towing, and you don't have towing. You've got rental car.
That's true.
Right?
Yep.
And if you want to add personal injury protection, you can totally add that on your car insurance, right?
Yep.
Let's take it a step further. What company we have makes a difference too. See,
of course.
I saw a few commercials, and if you drive safe enough, Allstate will send you a check every 6 months.
But I like Flow over at Progressive.
Exactly. So you're not getting a check every 6 months. You got to plug something into your car in order to drive safe and get a discount, right?
Oh, yes.
See, when we label all of that, all of those differences between our two policies, it's all labeled as car insurance. right? But that does not mean it's the same thing. You can, there's options, there's differences in company, there's differences in product, there's differences in the options those companies have, right? Some companies have options that other companies don't. So when we say you've got to have a properly designed whole life insurance policy from a mutual company that pays dividends, what we're saying is you need to work with somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yes, you need to work with the Jakes out there and the Flows, right? We know those two people you need to work with the Jake and the Flo that does that specifically.
That's exactly right.
That's what we're saying. And that's what we do. And we're just saying, yes, you can work with us. We hope you do, but you need to find someone who's already working alongside those companies. And we actually do not promote companies. That's not what we do.
Not that big of a deal. I get that question a lot.
Yes.
Which company
do you use? And I tell folks all the time, well, I can tell you the companies, and if you're on the phone with me, I will tell you some of our favorite companies that we work with. We normally work with between 4 and 5, but it ain't going to help you. What are you going to do if you go to the company? It's not going to help you if you go to their website.
Yeah, you still can't do it yourself.
Yes, you need to work with someone.
It's weird. And most people don't realize that all those options we just talked about with car insurance, right? I mean, I used to sell car insurance way back when, so I know of like a lot of options.
Sure, okay.
But all those options that I talk about, full coverage, liability, towing, rental car,
OnStar. I want some OnStar.
That's not an option on insurance. But anyway, all those options I talk about, people like relate to that. Oh, yeah. And then I go, there's that many options, if not more, for life insurance. Yes. And I go, oh, didn't know.
Right, because we're not educated around that. And that's totally fine. That's why we're doing this for you. We just want you to know, let's cut it off at the pass and tell you again, or for those of you joining us on our podcast or video series for the first time, or you've mixed and matched what you've seen, you don't have to do all the work.
Right. So sometimes as well, that relates to people who have older policies or they've gotten policies in the past, and then they come and they say, Jonah, I've got this policy that this guy did for me 10 years ago. It works, right? And I'm like, go back to what we just talked about.
Yeah.
Company, design, what options.
We're just going to go down and look at it. Yeah, probably not.
Probably not.
And 99% of the whole life insurance products out there that are in place in this country and in North America are not at all designed for the infinite banking concept use. They're just not 99%. But it's actually a little bit funny because the longer you have a whole life policy, the more the more ideally there's going to be some cash value, some equity built up in there. So that's cool too.
So one of the other frequently asked questions we get when we talk about design, or when people are coming to us, they want to get started, they want to know more information, right? They ask about death benefit.
Right.
Like crazy.
Yes, because here's the thing. Prior to us teaching you about this concept, every time you've had a conversation about life insurance, what was the topic?
Death benefit.
Death benefit.
Always was, right?
Yes.
So it happens so often. Like we can go on our podcast, we can go on our social media, we can go anywhere. We can talk for 2 straight hours on banking, never bring up death benefit.
And that's the first question.
The first question they ask.
Yes. So, hey, I'm looking for about $1 million in coverage. And we're like,
right.
Gosh.
We didn't even talk about So I kid you not, I'll say it once before we even jump into this. If your need is death benefit, meaning I want to give money or have money available for my family, friends, church, or charity after I'm gone, you don't need an infinite banking policy to do that.
Right. You need something inexpensive, right? I would suggest to you, just like if I'm going Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, you just need something that's convenient and inexpensive to get you your main goal.
Exactly.
That's not even the type of insurance we're talking about.
Exactly.
That's term.
Right.
So
simple like that. Now, if you want an infinite banking product, we are here to help you.
Yep.
And infinite banking products do come with death benefit.
Of course.
But we're not going to talk to you, tell you, coach you, teach you about it.
Right.
We're going to let you know it's there. We're going to tell you to put down somebody, or again, family, friends, church, or charity that's going to get the money after you're gone. Yep. And that is the last time we're bringing it up.
Yes. Now, we'll teach you more about it, but we just need to re-emphasize that's not the main part.
Yeah.
The reason we're doing this is because this statement that Nelson Nash makes very clearly in his books is your need for cash and cash flow throughout your life, your need for financing things you want is far superior than your need for death benefit.
Correct.
Jonah, here's my question. How much money do you need when you're dead?
Personally, I'm going to go with none. I'm dead.
Right. And so my favorite part about asking that to folks who call into us, hey, we're available. Call, let's talk one-on-one. When they call into me, I'm the one who's normally talking in the front facing, so you guys will meet me first and you'll meet him later.
Are they giving you numbers when you ask that question?
They won't answer.
Oh.
Number one, they think it's a trick question, and that's okay. Like the way I pose things, I like to do that. I like to play with folks, and I like to break it down simply. But secondly, is they're actually trying to figure out the answer.
Oh.
And they're like, well, I think that I'm going to need about $1 million maybe because my son, I'm sorry, how much do you need if you're dead? Oh, well, I guess I don't need it. Perfect, me either.
Right.
I don't need money if I'm dead. That's just a bonus on top of the cash that we can use throughout this policy and your lifetime. Second question, Jonah, how much money do you need if you're alive?
All of it.
There you go.
A lot. As much as I can get anyway.
So let's facilitate that well using this tool. That's what it's all about. But here's another thing. Let's get kind of specific. And for those of you who are following us on TikTok, we have a handle called The Banking Bros.
Yeah,
so if you're out here flipping through everything, man, your girl's so fine, but her breath is like whatever. Like we have a TikTok. So jump on and listen to us as well, because we're breaking some of these things down like 1 minute at a time. And, through dance, Jonah's dancing.
Some fun. I don't think we've danced yet. Oh, we danced once. Way back when.
Okay, so if you jump on there, we are breaking down these concepts in hopefully entertaining ways and 30 seconds, 1 minute at a time. So you can get some of our content there. So I'm currently doing it right now. We're in the fall of 2021, and I'm currently, as we record, doing a little bit of a series on death benefit.
Yep.
And we got some good questions out there because some people are getting confused when they see their information, when they get started or they're about to get started, and they say, hey, these death benefit numbers actually don't seem like, I don't know if their word might be this, but competitive. They say like the death benefit seems like kind of low. Let's talk about that for just a minute and help them understand what's going on.
Sure. I mean, man, I don't know what answer you're looking for, but I would tell that person, well, I just told you that. We building the policy for cash value so you can have it, not for death benefit. Now, granted, before we get into a death benefit conversation, I got to backtrack a little bit.
All right.
I got to tell you about my most favorite death benefit question of all time. Got a TikTok ready for this.
Okay,
people are going to love it.
Very good.
It's going viral.
You dancing?
I'm not dancing.
Hit the whoa?
No. Which was, I'm on the phone. I'm talking to somebody. They're asking death benefit questions, which I answer, but I don't like, right?
Yes, he doesn't like them.
We're not talking about this at all, right? And the most famous question to date. All right, Jonah, what happens to all this death benefit if I don't die?
Right, and you were so upset about that because when we're working with people,
for the people at home, what happens to all the death benefit if I don't die?
Right.
Excuse me. How can you not die?
Right.
At some point, you have to go.
Maybe not. This person they're one of the Marvel superheroes we ain't heard about that live for the Eternals.
That's one of my favorites.
I'm sorry.
So I'm poking a little fun today, but that's one of my favorites.
Hey, we hope you're out here. We're saying this right now so you don't ask us that question. Mm-hmm. So first off, whole life policies work for how long, Jonah?
Your whole life.
Whole life. So these policies go on forever. You cannot outlive them. Okay, so the death benefit will pay out, not term. So maybe there's a little bit like maybe he was thinking like there's a term on it.
Yeah, maybe that. Maybe that. Okay. That makes a whole lot more sense from what I was thinking.
That's the only thing that makes sense because what if I don't die? I'm sorry.
Right. When he asked
what does that mean?
I just went in. You're done. You're done. Have you seen those?
Yes.
Anyway.
Okay. So here's the thing that I want to communicate to you guys in the end. If you're thinking a lot about death benefit here and you're wondering about, hey, the death benefit doesn't seem so high, the cranks that we have to turn, and I'm always talking like this on the phone with folks, we have to pull levers. There's a lot of levers out there that are in addition to the 3-cup setup that we help people simplify with. And some of those levers, when they're pulled, it makes another lever move.
Yeah.
And one of those levers, in a very simplistic way to think about it, is that if we're going to utilize this for cash, this policy contract from this insurance company, then we're going to deflate the death benefit at the outset of the policy. However, here's something that you probably weren't thinking about, all you coverage people. is that throughout your life, as you continue to put premiums in, as the insurance company loads you up annually with dividends, Jonah, what actually happens to the death benefit?
Goes up. Each year.
It continues to rise, ladies and gents.
Practice banking, goes even faster.
Yes, so there's a contracted guarantee from the insurance company plus some dividends as bonuses on top of it. And if you practice banking, utilizing the dollars, like we explained to you in our courses, we'll teach you each and every day, the death benefit rises. So at the time you're likely to die, because if you're going to die tomorrow, it's going to be an accident or the insurance company is going to know, and they're not going to cover you. So at the time you're likely to die, hopefully 20, 30, 40, 100 years from now, Jonah, what's the death benefit going to look like for your friends, family, church, or charity?
It's going to be a lot bigger than you were thinking at the outset. A lot bigger than you saw at the outset. A lot bigger. You're not going to be thinking, oh, it's deflated.
No, it's going to be massively larger than you ever would have done.
Right.
So that's our show for you today, ladies and gents. It's all about death benefit, but it's really about the frequently asked questions and making sure you understand the educational process that we all go through in changing the way you think about utilizing money throughout your life. Check in with us again soon on another ep and jump in. Call us if you're not in our courses online. We'll give you the first one for free. We'll see you on TikTok.